reppin' that star, I do it so well. It's Puma on the toes, but the stars on the clothes. I'm Starboy, fresh at the DF Dub. Yeah, I'm a hard hitter. Don't stare to fit, it'll ego hit you. What is you saying, man? Look at the swag. Please do forgive the brag. I'ma pull up late in the Cowboy jag. Don't you slip on the drip, I'm flossing the sauce. Go so hard for the star. Yeah, that be win, lose, or draw. If you take a L, get the F off my block. Cowboys win. Watch yours. Pour up the shots. Really can't help it, got a star status. Even got it tatted on my arm. Yes, we be 5 ring strong. Left a little room cause it's quest for the six. Starboy really reppin' this shit. Reppin' this shit. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's no more left in ya. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death for me.
Yeah, tell me who the number one fan. Yeah, Mr. Westside, I'm the man. Dallas Cowboys from my head to the toes. They better recognize who the fuck I am. Damn, haters run they mouth like a bitch when they team ain't shit and my team stay lit. Yeah, I'm about to rep this shit to the day I die in an all blue casket. If you wanna get with a club with love, tell Star Status Westside sent ya. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Emmett Smith is our main. Game time, prime time, all the time. Your team ain't never on TV like mine. That's because we different. We America's team and we run this. Like Zeke runs circles right at defense. Jerry Jones, that's nonsense. Let the coaches coach. And I'll have a smoke. And I know y'all wanna toast to that.
Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's no more left in ya. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. Reppin' that star, I do it so well. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. Reppin' that star, I do it so well.
What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you? What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we are live in the building, man. How are you guys doing on this mighty Wednesday? Ooh, West Coast knew what day it was. You want to know why? Because something special must be happening tomorrow, god dang it. What's up with your boss, Cowboy, man? It is
what's going on, man? It is a special day because it is something going on tomorrow. Like,
hey, I'm gonna tell you this. This is how I feel when I wake up in the morning, boss.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
I mean, that's what it is, boss. I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent. You know what I'm saying? I feel excellent. Hey, we got some new perks and stuff up in here, man. I told y'all the day before the draft. I told y'all leading up to this last couple weeks, I've been pouring all my resources into being able to have the most like dynamic, like draft week possible. I was supposed to be in Vegas, and we got kind of messed over by the goddamn, the Connosaurus Rex. God dang it, the goddamn Connosaurus Rex. They got everybody scared in these goddamn Connosaurus. You know what I'm saying? They had everybody screaming. You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm gonna tell you, But since we weren't able to do that, I told myself, man, what can we do to get a Cowboys the best, Cowboy fans the best week they can have? So we had Jane Slater on here yesterday, giving away some great knowledge, and then I gotta.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, she was, man. I'm gonna tell you, she's gonna. You know what Jane gets? Let me tell you what Jane's gonna get. Let me show you. Where is it at? I was gonna give her a special. I got this little thing I got to put it up there anyway. Hey, I got the sound of voice, Barrett. I want to shout out to my boy producer G, man. We got the phone hooked up, so tomorrow we're gonna have phone calls, so you'll literally be able to call into the show. As you guys hear different things that happen. Appreciate you guys for feeding Zeke out there. Man.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
I appreciate you, man, for that contribution, man. But, yo, tomorrow I got the phone hooked up, man. Y'all don't understand what we had to go through to get all this on so we could get this thing popping tomorrow. Y'all don't understand. Appreciate you, Miss Joyce. But, yeah, man, it's going to be popping tomorrow for the draft. But, yo, I got Quincy Carter coming on here. He's going to be talking about he got some some hot takes on some, some former Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks, and he also got he got some opinions about the current quarterbacks, and he even got some opinions about some quarterbacks that might even come to Dallas at some point. Like he's actually interested in bringing a young quarterback on here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Boss Cowboy, from what Jane said last night, it definitely looks like the Dallas Cowboys are going to be interested in adding a quarterback, man. So while we already got quarterbacks on the mind, let's kind of talk about that for a minute, man. Let's kind of talk about these the possibility of the Dallas Cowboys bringing a quarterback in. So yesterday we had Jane Slater on here, and she basically let us in on kind of what the Dallas Cowboys' thoughts were on one Jalen Hurts. Now, not to say that he is going to get drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, but I think you can just kind of, use what she said to kind of, put it all to any quarterback, that they're interested in looking at. And that is that whoever quarterback that they are looking at has nothing to do with Dak Prescott, which is the, pretty much the most obvious thing that you would know. But it has more to do with the Dallas Cowboys getting a guy and using him as a resource like New England did with Jimmy G. And I'm going to be honest with you, Boss Cowboy. I mean, that's something that we've been talking about for a very, very, very long time on this show, in different chat rooms. So, I mean, what was your thoughts when you heard that? Appreciate you, Cody. What was your thoughts? What was your thoughts when you first what was your thoughts when you heard that from Jane last night?
I love it because, I got trolled one day because I said that if Eason fell to the second round, that I'll be very interested in him because I like him. I think Eason, this is my opinion. It doesn't have to be anybody's opinion, but I think Eason is another version of Carson Wentz. I love how he throws the ball. He has a very strong arm. I mean, a cannon of an arm. He's accurate with the football. He makes bad decisions with the football occasionally. Okay, that's the knock on him. And then one more thing on Eason is his fastest receiver was a 4.7. So, so basically when you're trying to evaluate a guy like Eason, he didn't have a Jefferson or a Chase. He didn't have a Ruggs, right? He didn't have all the guys that, Tua had. So it's some good guys out there that quarterback is very important. So I love the idea, and I love how when you can get a guy like that, it's excellent insurance. You can't tell me Bridgewater
for $7 million,
major asset for New Orleans. I mean, epic, right? 5-0, and then it allowed your quarterback to heal slowly, come back ready and rested. That's the power of a talent, of a quality backup. So yeah, I love the idea. It just if you truly are best player available, because I think sometimes we fall into the trap and we want a certain position, but then there are certain players that you just should not pass up.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, you hit that right on the head. And you think about this, man. Think about what New England was. I mean, what they were able. I mean, they basically gave Jimmy G away, and that they were talking about. And that was basically for a second round, right? So they basically, gave him away. You know what I'm saying? They probably could have gotten more. It's like when a quarterback, a franchise quarterback, there isn't really a price tag on, what a franchise quarterback is worth. Like you're worth whatever they are literally willing to pay. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you get a right team in the right situation, man, you could literally like take a team to the maxers, man. Like you could literally max a team out because it's all about how bad do you want him. You know what I'm saying? He could not be worth it, but shoot, if they're, you find a team that, a quarterback goes down and they're deep in a playoff run, I'm going to tell you like this, man, they're going to definitely they would definitely have a plan to put together to go get, themselves a quarterback. I want to see if you guys like this.
It was all part of Carol Baskin's plan.
Because you already know. You can hear that, boss? You can hear it, right?
I heard something about a plan.
Yeah, man. You got to get you some headphones, man, so you can look cool like me, man. Hey, hey, shout out to my boy Dan Trachina, man. He's about to get some glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
Appreciate you, Dan, man.
God.
Hey, man, I had to give him, man. He just threw the 100 stars in there. I appreciate him, man. I know we also had some other people in there that I didn't get to get you, and I apologize, but I'll make sure I get you some glory hole here in a little bit. What's up, my boy Willie? Hey, my boy Willie just shot us a buck over there on YouTube, so he's getting a little glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
He want a little glory hole. What's up with you, Chris? Curtis, what's up with your man? He says, tell him to check that. He said, tell him to use that stimulus check. Man, what Jane said, if I was getting a stimulus check, I would bet that the Dallas Cowboys.
You want to make that clear that I do not qualify.
Oh yeah, that's that bread.
He's like, no, I'm under my pay grade.
Absolutely. Well, hey man, I told you guys we were gonna have a guest on today. We have my OG coming in here, former Dallas Cowboy quarterback, Mr. Quincy Carter, man. I'm gonna send you guys to a quick commercial break while I get him in the building, man, and he's gonna be ready to rock and roll, man. I appreciate you guys, and remember, stay tuned. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com. All right, you guys, while he gets his camera set up, man. But, hey, man, boss, man, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm very, 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 very interested to hear what Mr. Carter has to say about the current status of the Dallas Cowboys as far as the quarterback position and just, looking at quarterbacks in the draft. Simply because, man, one thing I like about, it's easy to have guys who've had a lot of success and, because my boy had a lot of success at the college level, but, at the NFL, the NFL was kind of, it was very strong to him. It was hard with my boy, you know what I'm saying, my boy Quincy. But one thing I love about him, man, is he has an absolutely great perspective on the other side of the NFL, and that is a guy who's trying to make it every single day and trying to fight to stay in it every single day. So I'm definitely excited to try to get him up in here, get him on the show so you guys can hear some perspective. And from what I hear, he is definitely he like Jane, man. What did Jane say about the Dallas Cowboys, how the team?
I mean, Jane made the best case of all cases on why Dak should be paid. I'm not going to even use the usual thing and say enumerated. Now, I'm going to say paid today. I'm going to just keep it super simple. Yeah, she made a great case. So, yeah, so obviously to hear from Quincy, the benefit of a Quincy is the fact that you have somebody that played the position and knows the pressure of being a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. And, experience like this is just priceless. So, yes, absolutely, this is a packed week before the draft. West Coast made it happen. He brought an early Christmas. And
appreciate you, Alex.
So yeah, I mean, we getting ready to have a good time, man, before this draft and really get insight because it's a lot going on with the draft, but then it's also a lot going on with people waiting to be paid. and opinions. So let's hear it.
My boy Renell said he knew he enumerated was coming. You already know it, man. Tony says, yeah, boss,
I flipped it on you. See?
Yeah, he says, Jeffrey says Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl this year. Oh, heck yeah, man. Shoot, man, I could definitely agree with you on that, brother. And not only, and not even, and a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, each year in the last 3 years, I would think the Dallas Cowboys going into the offseason, could, just like any team, should have had a positive outlook on possibly winning the Super Bowl. But it's always been something. You know what I'm saying? Last year was our first year where we didn't have any physical injuries and we didn't have any suspensions and still weren't able to get it done. So I think this year is going to be the year where the Dallas Cowboys are able to get that thing together and get it done, man. Let me switch you guys over to this commercial break, get my OG in here, and we're going to have ourselves a good time. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. Everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. Everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. Everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. Everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. Everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. Everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. What's up with you guys? Hey, we back, man. We back, man. Hey, so yesterday, when I was on the line with the GOAT, Jane Slater, man, when she was on the show yesterday, we did a whole lot of talk about Dak Prescott, right? And the reason I did that is because, and the reason why we did that is because I thought, we could literally have the subscribers, everybody could literally have three perspectives. They could have the perspective of West Coast and Boss Cowboy. They could have the perspective of media, and then they could also have the perspective of a former Dallas Cowboy quarterback. So I want to introduce real quick, man. I'm going to tell y'all right now, man, this is one of those guys who was, one of my favorite players, man, just because I love his tenacity, man. Let's introduce, say hello to OG Quincy Carter, man, former Dallas Cowboy quarterback. What's up with you, sir?
Man, I'm good, man. Just trying to stay safe out here, man, and trying to stay prayed up, my brother. And shoot, man, just letting God lead me right now, man. That's all I can do. How about yourself?
You looking slim. You looking good.
No, you just look. If I took this shirt off, now you'd be like, oh. no, but
you scared me. I get scared. I'll take it back.
Hey, one healthy thing I think I have done, because I'm just not the big exerciser. So I get my little walks in like I'm 75 years old or something. I really haven't been years, but what I have been doing, I've been drinking a lot of water though. I've been drinking a lot of water, man. So yeah, so that might be the reason. That's the only reason.
Shoot, you know what it is, man. So, hey, man, let's get straight into it. I mean, it's funny because I literally got some clips up here, and they just showed like a zoom in face of you, and the only thing you could tell the difference is you got a little wisdom in your beard right here. We don't call it gray, OG. We call it, you got a little wisdom in. Got a little wisdom in his beard. Got a little wisdom. But man, let's jump right into it, man. Let's go jump right into it. Usually we would do like this show and we would say, hey, we talk about, how it was playing in the days and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If I got someone with some knowledge right now, I wanna talk about some current stuff, if you don't mind.
Let's talk ball.
Let's talk some ball. I think somebody got if you got your phone, if you got a volume or something turned on in the back, let's turn it down just a little bit. I think someone has their volume on or something, because I can hear myself in the background. Oh, look at that, Joey. Look at the Galloway. No, that's 81. That's Rocket. Hey, Campo loved you, man. That Campo. I mean, at least it show looked like on film he did.
Hold on one second. Hold on, Tyson.
Go ahead. Hey, that's
a nice 6 right there.
Hey, man, you're you Barry White right now, boss. Hey, what's up with you, Angelina? I see you. I see you, Angelina. What's up with you, Travis? Steven, what's up with you? Hey, Natrine, man, I appreciate you, man, for that 350 on the stars. You about to get some glory.
Me some glory.
Oh, yeah, you got you some glory, though. Oh, yeah, you had to get some glory.
Okay, I'm up.
All right, there we go. Let's rock.
I'm gonna throw my headsets in, man. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. And you sound good?
Cool.
Sound good?
Yeah, I sound good, too. Everybody sound good.
All right, so let's jump right into it. You let me know when you're ready. And I'm
ready, man. Go ahead. My bad.
Nah, you good. All right, so let's rock, man.
That Prescott jersey behind you.
I know. I seen. I was gonna jump.
Hey. Look, I put it right there just on purpose.
Yeah, I know you did.
You already know I did.
Like, who gonna hang a jersey on the corner?
He just so happened.
Just on the corner.
He just so happened.
On the strength.
Hey, so I need to know because right now, Dak Prescott is doing the right thing and he's being the good American boy and he ain't saying much. You know what I'm saying? But see, you's a quarterback, right? So you in the fraternity. You know what I'm saying? So you know how you be like, you grow up in the hood and they be like, you can't be in the hood. What? You can't be in the gang. Why? Because you gonna play football. So we gonna beat up everybody for you. You know what I'm saying? So I need to know right now, being a part of the University of Quarterbacks, what is your thoughts on the status of Dak Prescott's contract? And let's just start from there, man. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the status, the fact that it's been 2.5 years and he hasn't gotten signed? And let's just start there, man. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, my initial thoughts were just right off the bat, man. It's real disrespectful for the Jones family, actually, to really say that they want him to be their quarterback, but then they're putting all the business out on the streets where you know how the Jones family pretty much controls the narrative on the situation. So Dak is not saying nothing. He's respecting the family by not saying anything. But now we got Mr. Jones and them, and rightfully so, it's his team, whatever. But when you got that, that cornerstone piece of your franchise that haven't been signed, and you know how much that position means to the team, as far as everybody collectively respecting that within that locker room and not making someone think, oh, he wants too much money or this and that. Well, when you went out and signed the guard from Texas, I can't even say his name, okay, when you went out and gave him all that money, when you went out and paid 54, the linebacker, when you went and read him up, all right, when you went and paid Amari Cooper, who deserves it, but you went and paid him before you paid your quarterback. So that's just disrespectful in itself. And Zeke, you got to pay Zeke. He's a one in a lifetime quarterback. But when you sit around and pay all these other guys and then tell your quarterback what he wants to make, what he should be making, it's just disrespectful. And I'll be honest with you, I'm on this boat. I don't think, I think he should do something where it's friendly enough for the team. But then at the same breath, when you sit around disrespecting your quarterback and telling him what he should be taking, and then trying to put out to the media what he's rejecting when we really don't know. And at the end of the day, to be honest with you, it's really about that guaranteed money. So it just really, it doesn't seem right to me that he would reject $105 million. That doesn't sound right, man. It doesn't sound right. Dak is smart enough to know he can't make $40 million. So he's got his head on his shoulders. The way it's just being handled is bad. I don't know what comes out of it. Do we make some moves tomorrow? Honestly, man, I'm at the point, man. I know this might hurt a lot of people's heart, man. But I'm at the point, man, that, if we don't get a contract done this year, we're not going to pay him $43 million next year. He's got a new coach. I'm not sure if we're going to win over 9 games. I'm going to be honest with you. With a brand new coach, hell, we barely got 10 with Bill Parcells, one of the best ever to do it. And McCarthy is not in that sentence. So cut it out, thinking we're just getting ready to win 10 or 11 games this year. He plays on a nervous, acting in the pocket, franchise tag money right now. And then we try to pay him $43 million next year. But then you were going to say he's mediocre this year. I just don't see it happen. I know that was long-winded, but them are my thoughts, dog.
I was shoot. I appreciate you. I appreciate you starting right there because whenever you say something's disrespectful, I don't think that something can be disrespectful without it being personal. But it's like it feels like it's not personal because then they say last year, we don't give our players don't take top 10, top 3 deals, top market setting deals. We don't do that. That's what Steven said. And it's like, some of the statements that they make about their own players, it makes you feel like it is personal. But Dak hasn't done anything, Dak hasn't done anything but pretty much do everything they've asked him to do. Even last year, because you got to say it like this. I don't care what nobody say. When Ezekiel Elliott was holding out, I know for a fact somebody had a conversation with Dak about the possibility of him doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because he actually had more leverage than Zeke probably because Zeke was still on a 2-year. So it's like, think of this. Somebody sold him from the organization last year that if you have the best season of your career, we'll pay you. Mm-hmm. And he did that. And he did that. So it's like this now is on the Joneses. This is on them.
Yeah, and it seems fishy, to be honest with you, because for the Joneses to have to try to make that statement of what they're trying to offer him, and Dak is not saying a word. It just don't seem like typical Jones's business of how they go about these contracts. I don't think we ever had one at the quarterback position like this. To be
They say
honest with
Dak
you,
was the first quarterback to ever get tagged.
exactly. But not only that, the first one had to really wait on his money.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Romo, his came in the middle of the night. Oh, come on, here you go. You can have that. Troy Aikman didn't have that problem with him. Dropped that money bag off. Now, when I was quarterback, and I won't get into all that, but I won't go there. I'm not trying to go there because we was busy. I'm gonna go there. We was busy signing Chad Hutchinson, Chad Henne, $7 million, Chad Hutchinson, another $7 million. I won't even go there. But anyway, so this is the first of this kind that we're having to deal with this, man. And man, it burns me honestly because I could see the work that Dak has put into his game. Now the wins didn't add up last year, but the stats did, and we can say, okay, he's a stat filler. I keep hearing that or whatever because he threw for 4,900 yards. I don't know who throws for 4,900 yards in the NFL, and you're just a stat filler. And your running back does his job too with 1,200. So let's start looking at the other side of the field and seeing if we're getting enough stops, man.
Yeah, looking at the defense.
Exactly. Now I will say this. Now the Philadelphia pass with what's my man name? Tavon Austin going up that left sideline against Philadelphia, the 15th game of the year. He's got to hit that pass, man. He does.
Yeah. So
And that was the moneymaker right there because if we go to the playoffs, we're not having this conversation of mediocrity.
At all.
We're having this conversation of mediocrity because of that pass right now. And I'll be honest with you, I was
pass.
watching that game, and when he missed it, I said, you got to hit that one.
Hey, boss, before you
he did hit the next one, the Gallup that he dropped.
Hey, boss,
I
before you go in,
follow up on something real quick, just because you mentioned something that I can tell as an ex-quarterback you're passionate about, and
appreciate you, Curtis.
We talked to Roy Williams before, and he said the exact same thing, didn't he, West Coast?
Yeah, he did.
Respect with these contracts. So I want to talk about the money. Then I also want you to follow back up on respect a little bit more, because I was watching the documentary on The Last Dance with Jordan. And everybody talking about Pippen right now, right? Everybody saying Pippen was underpaid. But if you look at the contract is basically what they offered Dak, a 7-year, a large amount of money, which was the 105 that you mentioned. But it's the same conditions that's set up now, where they was actually saying then, they were saying that the television revenues was getting ready to spike. So I just wanted to kind of get your opinion on kind of like the respect as well as Dak fighting for what's fair.
Yeah. Well, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. Well, the respect comes in when you don't, for me, as a player, as a former player, the respect comes in when you don't air my business out into social medias or the regular mainstream media. And now now my teammates are looking at me sideways and all caught up into my contract, especially when I'm the leader of the team. You know what I mean? So that's where the respect comes in from. I'm not speaking for Dak, but I can just feel what, he's probably feeling.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when you look at the other coin of it, of what's fair and what's going to be conducive for the team winning, then yes, that has to play a part, and I get that part. See, that's why I'm so enamored into, if that's even the right word, I'm so caught up into what is that dollar amount that's really on that table?
That's holding
it's holding all this up.
Yeah, what's holding it, right?
And what is that dollar amount on the table, and who is really offering who? Because honestly, I hate to say this, but I can't believe the Joneses. I just can't. You know what I mean? They can't be trusted, to be honest with you. Great people, but now when it comes to negotiations and money, now it's a nasty business, man. So you know what I mean? I can't trust what they're just putting out there saying he's rejected, and then Dak is not, saying anything at all. So it's just hard for me right now, man. And man, I feel for him though, bro. I really do, because he actually has the fans thinking that he wants this amount of money, and
Right.
that's what he's really rejected. When we really don't know, you know what I mean? And that is just so wrong, man. It is.
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you something that they always, me and boss always bring this up, that there's some key ingredients to making a good contract. You need to have the APY, you need to have the guaranteed money, you need to have the percentage. One thing that they all, and you have to have the years of the actual contract. One thing that the Cowboys always, they always, and I say Mike Fisher, man. Mike Fisher, I know he don't work for the Cowboys, but I say he worked for the Cowboys. But you know what I'm saying? I will say this. They put out this information. They'll put out this information that will lead you in one direction as far as what you think they're gonna do. But then the same thing with Ezekiel Elliott, the Dallas Cowboys. They have no problem with putting out information to lead you in the direction that they want you to be in. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily in the truth. And I'm not trying to say that Jerry Jones be lying, but I'm just saying Jerry Jones be lying. You know what I'm saying? Like Jerry Jones he's an appeaser. Like he's gonna tell you the dress does not make you look fat. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's not. Sometimes you need to hear that truth. But I mean, I want to know from you, like, just we understand as far as the contract, but we want to know as far as a player, because I think you're probably you're the only person that could really let us in on this, and that is, what is the pressure like of playing, on a 1 year deal or playing on the possibility of knowing, like, because I'm gonna be honest with you, Quincy, like, if on 1 year deals, and when you don't have that security at a regular job, if you don't have that security at your job, it may either be sweeping floors, you ain't gonna sweep that floor as good as you gonna sweep it if you knew you had some security. That's just the natural portion of being a human being. So I want to know, how do you? I mean, do you think the contract could have affected him last year? And I want to know, just being a quarterback, how do these contract negotiations, do this affect players on the field and things like that?
Definitely, man. But now I will say this, and West Coast, I can't make an excuse for this, because this is the business we chose. Playing the quarterback position requires this mental toughness right here. Something that test that I didn't really all the way pass, to be honest with you, because I talk about them signing Chad Hutchinson, signing Drew Henson. I said Chad Henne. I don't know where I get that name from, but Drew Henson. So knowing you're going to be trying to be the guy year in and year out. You know what I mean? These are the pressures that you have to live with as a quarterback. But now I will say, and I will tell you now, knowing this and going out and putting everything behind you is another monster, especially when you're in Dak's position, where you've done it. You had to play through that whole year last year under pressure, and that's part of our position. You know what I mean? It is. Hey, we signed up for it. You know what I mean? This is what our job may consist of. But over time, it wears on you. You know what I mean? It wears on you to be looking over your shoulder. Every throw, you make, that's a money, making throw. You know what I mean? And you're only so human. And so that's my, kind of deal with what's going on right now. How long does this thing drag out, and how long is that pressure on Dak where he's wearing that face and having, to change, having to deal with that so much pressure on an everyday basis, man. And so, I just know he's only so human. And when does this really take a hold on his game? And like I say, I don't look for this team to win 10 or 11 games this year. So that means we're barely, knocking on the door at 9-7 with a new coaching staff. All these schemes and nuances of the offense and defense has to go in. And can you put together, NFC championship team like in 1 year? Well, probably not. Can you go to that second round? That's a 25% chance. So now we're looking at a 9-7 team again, West Coast. All right. And now we're looking at, if we don't get the contract, now it's a mediocre year again, but we're not going to count that we just got a whole another coaching staff and all these nuances, that we had to learn on the run in a virus-infected year, all right, does that count for next year? Because next year, Mr. Jones is not paying a $43 million
You said that twice now. You just said that twice now.
Yeah, he's not doing it. He's not doing it.
I just want to let y'all know.
So where do we go after this year, man? So man, eventually that pressure wears on your West Coast. I don't know where he's at. He seems to be a great young man with a great head on his shoulders. But, man, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, bro. And that's one pressure of it all. I hate it for him that he's got to be going through these things. I wish I knew the numbers, to be honest with you, to be fair about it with the Jones family. But, I know well, I'll leave it at that. Okay. But, yeah, man, I know there's a lot of pressure on him, man. I'll leave it at that.
Hey, crew, I ain't gonna lie, man. We got it says right here, we got 263 people on here listening, man.
Wow.
And they want to hear some optimism because, they scared after you said that 8-8 and that 9-7.
No, but I'm being honest.
Just say something nice, Q. Just say something nice, please. Just say something nice to the people, please.
Okay, well, I
I literally wrote it down on my sheet. Ask Q to say something nice. I literally said
I do know this. We got a very talented football team. But just like we won 10 games with Bill Parcells' first year, but it can be done. But it's the focus. Does McCarthy bring that focus that Bill Parcells brought? That's a whole nother focus, man. That's that Bill Belichick focus. So I'm not sure if McCarthy can bring that. Could he? Possibly, yes. But let's be honest with you. The chances of that happening and of winning 10 games next year is very slim with everything we're trying to put together, man. So, so we'll see. I'm just the realist about it, man. And then, boy, let me tell you, I love number 4.
I appreciate it. Go let me hear something, boss.
Yeah, I was actually thinking as a quarterback, I'm gonna pretend as if I'm Todd Francis, right? And at this point, you're Dak, right? And I'm gonna talk to you. You pretend that you're Dak and you're a quarterback, and as you were, and we finna try to work this out. So, Quincy Dak, we just came from the office, and it's been 4 years of us working on this, and I'm also looking at the fact that it's other quarterbacks that was paid already in 3 years. So at this point, I think we need to hold out. We tried the nice guy approach. I think we need to hold out. So, it's going to get messy, but we got to do it this way because it seems that's the way that most of our players actually are compensated. What are your thoughts on Dak basically holding out and just saying, you know what, I'm not going to play this year. I'm going to withhold my services?
See, honestly, I think the Jones family knows that that's not going to happen because Dak is a football guy. I really do, man.
Dak is too nice for that?
No, he's not. It's not he's too nice. He loves the game.
Yeah,
you know
what I
mean?
Oh.
Yes, he's a locker room guy. See, I get my, that jersey behind me, that comes from the locker room. So I get the scoop and the vibe on what Dak means to this team. And when I tell you Dak Prescott has the pulse of this team, I know Elliott, is the money guy, and hey, that's how man rushing the football, Mari Cooper, whatever. But Dak has the pulse of this team, man. So that's what he means to this team. And he's a football guy. So, and I think at the end of the day, the Jones know that. But what they're doing is they're setting themselves up, for possibly even paying him more or losing the franchise guy who's going to win us a Super Bowl. And I don't care what anybody say. You can look at Dak deficiencies. People get upset about me on my Facebook when I talk about because I only can compare Dak to Tony Romo because he followed him. But if you looked at Dak's first 4 years, first of all, he blows Tony Romo out the water with wins. All right, he blows him out the water with increasing, his stats and everything, quarterback rating, the whole 9. So, and I love Tony as a quarterback, man, but we were so patient with Tony Romo, but we don't have that same patience with Dak. And I think the money thing coming in with it too, and that's why I'm telling you, I don't like the way that's being played out in the media because not only do you have a fan base that don't really think Dak can do it when he's showing you how many games he's winning, his stats are increasingly going up every year. You know what I mean? He's playing with the pressure, so I don't know how you don't think he's our guy. You know, and then that's why I really don't like the way Mr. Jones is playing this thing out in the media. You know,
That media, yeah.
so man, I love Tony Romo, man. You know, he's a great teammate and a friend of mine, man. But I just don't see the disconnect with Dak Prescott, man, and the way he's moving upward as a quarterback and improving every year. I just don't get it. But we had all this other patience with everybody else. My bad, man. What you were saying?
You making a great point because West Coast and I, we talk about this a lot on the show about the fact that when you look around at other teams, you don't see other teams using their quarterbacks and running backs and defensive ends and best players as punching bags for contract leverage. You don't see it. And it's like we try to talk about money, we start talking about pressure, and you come back to what I think is really important to the core of being in a locker room, and that's just respect to do this quietly. And I heard you echo that like very well, and I think it's something that we all need to consider.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, man,
that's a really good point,
man. And after a while, your teammates start looking at you differently, and so that's what I'm hoping it don't happen, man. But you know, man, it's getting to a point where, you know, I think that thing is gonna start leaking in the locker room a little bit, like you know, like that. Yeah, she's like splitting the locker room up, like Dak. You know, you should take this contract, or you know, hey, or Dak, shoot, why are you still, you know, going back and forth about the money thing, and then his leadership abilities get lost in the shuffle.
James Slater said that the locker room wants him paid yesterday, and referenced a lot of guys who verbalized it. So I hope everybody listening to the sound warning from a guy that's been in the locker room of what can be the repercussions of continually fighting over money.
Exactly.
It split the locker room, and then it'll sabotage 2020.
Yeah, because you remember Jerry
going through a pandemic, you know, so it's like don't do it to ourselves is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, because remember Jerry Jones said that
we must win. We will win. Win is the name of the game.
Exactly. Jerry Jones once said that we must win, and win is the name of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
That's when he used to, that was before he had to take the blue pills. He was so vibrant back in them days. You know what I'm saying? Had his own real hair and everything.
I can't with you right now.
So let's slide over to some other stuff, man. Kind of talk about these other quarterbacks that's in this draft, because the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm happy I had my lady Jane on here yesterday, man, because, you know, I think a lot of people thought that when the Dallas Cowboys were interviewing Jalen Hurts that they were kind of taking a shot at Dak Prescott. And I'm going to be honest with you, even though they cleaned it up very well, I still believe they did, because why was that the first interview y'all released? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
It was the first interview.
It was the first interview, but all I'm saying, and that's kind of weird to me. But she said that, you know, she was told that it was a no story, and that the Dallas Cowboys are really trying to change their approach. I mean, and a fun fact, you know, since Troy Aikman, if I'm not mistaken, you were actually the highest draft pick quarterback that we've taken since Troy Aikman, since we took Troy Aikman first in the first round. So I mean, the Dallas Cowboys really haven't even. And then after that, it was Mike White. It was Dak Prescott in the fourth, and then Mike White in the fifth. So I mean, the Cowboys really haven't really been in the business here lately of drafting quarterbacks. And what she basically said is, she said that the Dallas Cowboys now want to do, which basically makes sense to the rest of the NFL, is, you know, draft a young quarterback, get him behind Dak Prescott, and use him as like a trade piece or a commodity later on in the future. I mean, what are your kind of your thoughts on that? Like, what are your thoughts on like being a veteran who's going to be? I mean, I don't know. Like, as a professional, is it a lot for us as fans to expect that when we drop a young guy behind you that you're just going to coach him? Like, you know, did the guy that was in front of you, did he pull you off to the side and say, hey, I'm going to show you how to be a better quarterback? Is that like something that we can expect? Because I think a lot of people think that, you know, Romo did that with Dak, or that was even expected of him. But I want to know, if we bring a Jalen Hurts in here, or a Fromm, or anybody, should Dak even be expected to coach this kid? I mean, realistically, I would think he has his own responsibilities.
Well, the first problem with that, to be honest with you, West Coast, is that, you know, Dak is going to be learning a brand new offense in itself. So he can't spend too much time trying to teach someone else something when he don't even know the offense.
That's a good point.
So,
that's a good point.
Yeah, so even that comes into play. And then when actually, when you take into account that that Dak has been kind of disrespected so much with this contract situation. Now, how much are you gonna be trying to help a younger? Oh, excuse me, my bad. How much are you gonna be trying to help a younger guy?
That's a good point.
When you don't even know if you're gonna be there. You know what I mean? Dak's not that young. What is he? 25,
Yeah,
26?
25.
Yeah. So we're talking. Dak's still a young guy. So man, it's man,
What would be your approach if you're in the same situation? You be back in. What would be your
Yeah,
thoughts
because you
on that?
went through it.
I
I
mean,
mean,
what?
he named off quarterbacks that came in.
Man, you know something? I would have to worry about my pulse of the team, first of all, and learning this playbook and learning all the nuances of it, before I can even lend a helping shoulders to someone else, man. I'm a
Yeah.
competitor, man. So, I'm gonna be in that film room 6, 7 in the morning. I'm not leaving, to 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, man. I'm putting in 12, 14 hours, man. So that would be my approach. And then if I could help another guy, after I learn everything, then of course, yeah. If you want to learn together, fine. Because I'm gonna bust my butt and beat you out anyway. That's just my approach. And that's my approach with everybody. I just let something else get in the way. And I'm sure, I see that dog in him too. So be honest with you, I don't see Dak Prescott trying to help somebody else when he's trying to play for his contract life and a young guy taking his position. So man, my approach to be, bust my butt to help, to help myself first and learn the whole playbook. And then, if I got a little extra time to spend to try to help somebody else, I may. But I'm gonna be busting my butt, man, and my making sure I got, holes on that offense, man, and the posts on that team. I know that.
Okay.
Uh, if I did want to switch just a little bit, because this is draft season and we all waiting on it like Christmas. So I'm gonna ask you just two questions, and I won't have any more questions unless you say something that just sparked me. Okay.
I got you.
So first, who you want us to pick at 17, and second, and the most important one I want to hear is I want you to kind of describe the feeling that these players tomorrow getting ready to go through when they announce that they're going to be playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and just put us in that place if you don't mind.
Okay. First question. Man, you know something? I think we ought to go after a cornerback, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like the kid from Ohio State.
Oh God, yeah.
I
Jesus.
like, O'Connor or something like that. I like number one. I like number one for LSU too. Although sometimes at the end of plays, man, he didn't always play through the football. But I seen him running with a lot of good receivers this year and sticking to him like glue. It's just him finishing the play at the end of the play. So I think we should go cornerback, man, to try to make up for that loss for Byron Jones, man, because that's a big locker room loss too. Not only on the field, but that's a big loss in the locker room too. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hold on. So you saying from leadership, because you said, you've been in there. I'm just trying to make sure I understand you correctly. You saying his presence also made a big difference in there?
Yes, man. How you move? A lot of those guys look up to Byron Jones too, man. He got hurt a couple times or whatever, but you can tell that he had the pulse of that defense, especially in the back end of it.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, and a lot of guys looked up to him. I can't think of I can't pronounce number 27 name, but I'm pretty sure he'll be missing him. Brown will be missing him. So there's some lot of young guys in that secondary, man, that was looking up to Byron. So yeah, man, I think we should go there first again. Let those other guys, because when you're teaching it, actually you're getting better at what you're teaching too. So now it's time for the guys that Byron Jones raised up a little bit for the last couple of years. Now those guys take a leadership role and bring up the new rookie, man. So I think we should go secondary first, and we need that help too right now.
And then just real quick, just the feeling of becoming a Dallas Cowboy. Just that feeling. Just so we can just be in your world for 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. Now, see, this is gonna be a two-part answer because, um, first of all, I knew I was becoming a Dallas Cowboy about 3 days before the draft, like Wednesday or Thursday.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so that's when I really actually celebrated. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because my agent Eugene Parker, rest in peace, man. That's my dog, man. You know, he had me, Emmett, Dion, all of us, man. So he passed back in 2016. So he's had a relationship with Jerry, so he knew. I mean, that I was going to be picked by the Cowboys. It was just where they were going to move up on the board. So my excitement started on Thursday. You know what I mean? Before the draft. Actually, on Saturday, by the time I got to Saturday, I didn't even want to have like a party because or a get together because I didn't know exactly where I was going to be drafted. I know they were going to be moving around the board and everything, trying to get me before another team got me because, I went in as a first round draft pick before the season, but I broke my thumb and some other allegations about smoking weed or whatever, and this and that, and not being a great leader kind of led to me dropping. And
Right.
so I knew I was gonna have to sit and wait, and I didn't really like the fact that I was just gonna be sitting there not really knowing, but I knew I was gonna be drafted by the Cowboys, man. So my actual first feeling of it was landing in Dallas on the day I got drafted, and actually meeting with Jerry Jones and everything, and really being in Dallas and walking through the locker room. That's when it kind of really hit
Hit
me.
you.
But
Okay.
when my name got called, I didn't get hit right then.
Yeah.
I
Got you.
I kind of got hit with the news on Thursday before the draft.
Yeah.
So it was kind of different for me, to be honest with you. But now when I started walking through that locker room, and then the press conferences started happening, man, I can look back at the press conference, man. Now I had braces then at the time, and man, I was just cheesing from ear to ear, dude. It was a great moment, though, man. It really was, man. But man, I came in with a chip on my shoulder, man. And
Yeah. And
so,
so
so
that's
man,
that's how you want these guys to come in, I would assume. Like
yeah,
just,
you have to,
yeah, just
at least.
dog.
Yeah, why not, man? Because you
Yeah.
really, you made it,
You
but see,
made it.
now you gotta get to
But
that
you gotta
second
make it.
contract. Yeah, you gotta get to that
Right.
second contract. That's where it's at,
Right.
man.
Right
Yeah,
on.
that's where it's at. That's when
Great
you
perspective.
know.
I wanted to get that from you because you just, we get a chance and I appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Because one thing I noticed about these, and I wanted to actually ask you too about these young quarterbacks that are coming in. Because I mean, with Cooper Rush on a 1-year deal, the Dallas Cowboys, they're getting. I've never heard of someone extending a backup quarterback who doesn't play. So I would assume that they're probably gonna go into this draft and probably draft a kid. Who are some names? Or who's some guys over the, because I know you're still very, very, I know the love in Georgia is very, very strong for you. You know what I'm saying? So I know you're very integrated,
Yes.
without being Georgia biased. You know what I'm saying? Let me know some quarterbacks in this upcoming draft that you like, that you like. And I also heard that you all, not even heard, but I saw you also have a program which you're working with upcoming quarterbacks and things like that. So tell me a little bit about that.
Man, look, I want nobody to come in and back up that. You know what I mean? So I ain't giving the Cowboys no
I feel
ideas
that.
on
Hey,
that.
boss, what did
Like
we talk about the other day?
Listen,
What did we say the other day?
man, we said, listen, I'm gonna tell you exactly what we said, Quincy.
yeah.
I want it like this. If that get hurt, just tank. We'll just pick hotter next year. No. Unless it's Easton in a second. No, I don't want anything. I'm just like you, Quincy.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Let's
I
talk
don't
about
want
that.
anybody coming in because I know that pressure that may feel without a big contract, without a
Yeah,
long-term contract, and then now you got this new guy coming in, like,
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? Like, man, so
yeah,
but I talk about some of the younger guys who I really like, who I think is really gonna have an impact, man. And one, I like Jeff Burrow. He
yeah,
seems to me like people keep talking about how the Cincinnati guys, always kind of go to Cincinnati and they never really have success. But I know my guy Palmer did. He had a great team. He had a pretty good team around, pretty good talented team around him. but I just think Jeff, man, you know, the way he engineered that LSU offense, I know he played with a lot of top-notch receivers, a whole offensive line. Defense is one as good as I thought they were going to be this year, to be honest with you, because they outscored a lot of people. But I think Jeff got the tools to bring that Cincinnati organization up, you know, to a respectable level, at least trying to make the playoffs every year. You know, I'm big on Jake Fromm right now, man. I hope he falls to like,
Yeah.
you know, the Chargers or my childhood team, which is the Bears. That'll be a good fit for him. I'm not really sure on Trubinsky right now. I'm not that big on Easton, man. I'm not Easton. Well, I'm not big on Easton either because I've seen Jake Fromm beat him out. But I'm not that big on what's my guy from Oregon, Herbert. I'm not that big on Herbert, man. I'm not. I watched them West Coast, man. I watched them against Auburn. It's the first game of the year.
And that size,
you know, I've been in college before. Hey, hell, you've played. You know what time it is. That first game of the year, you are preparing all summer long. And to me, against Auburn, he just looked average to me. He came up short for me.
That's fair. I can't fight that.
Really
that's on your big game theory.
I can't fight that.
Yeah,
On your big game theory.
I'm like that. I'm just like that, Quincy.
Game,
if you have a bad big game, it sticks with
If
me.
you have a bad game in a big game. If you have a bad game in a big game.
Not only that, if you have a bad game at the beginning of the season when you didn't, like, that's the only thing
right.
you've been watching for
sneak
6
up on
months.
You.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And I didn't see nothing exotic Auburn was doing. They got a 4-3 front. They're going to rush your butt.
Uh-oh. Well, we got Quincy talking that ball.
Hey, now, look now. Hey, now. I'll be out there
Quincy,
watching, man.
This is what we need to do, Quincy.
Yeah.
We need to talk draft talk. Oh, I see something right here, West Coast.
Yeah, buddy. But, man.
What are your thoughts on Tua?
I'm not big on him, man. I'm really not, man.
What are your thoughts on Tua?
Tua, man, you know something? He's fascinating because, you know, early on his freshman and sophomore year, I was a big Tua fan. I seen him get banged up a little bit, and that's kind of a concern for me. But I did see him make a whole lot of plays. To me now, and I made this comparison on my Facebook today, Tua's arm is actually not that stronger than Fromm. And I'll be honest with you, I keep looking at these highlights, and I'm like, wait a minute. But now I did see him play live. I did see him make a lot of plays. I never can forget someone's being on the bench the whole season and coming in the national championship game and throwing a game-winning rope, you know what I mean, for a winner. So that would never leave me right there. But those injuries are starting to mount up. I'm starting to have some questions, huh?
I said you basically calling him a gamer. Like when you said he came in and just threw a rope in a big moment, that's kind of sticking with you. Just like bad games sticking with you.
Exactly.
It's the clutch games that seem like you evaluate with higher weight. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I do. You know, and he had some good moments too. I thought he stuck in there. LSU ended up beating them late. That was impressive to me this year. But you know that pound. I seen who made the comment. My boy Whitlock today on him and Marcellus Wiley show, and he said Tua, and this was so real right here. He said Tua's got to make the decision whether or not to stop trying to be like Steve Young or Kyler Murray. He doesn't have Steve Young or Wilson up in with the Seahawks. He said he doesn't have that athletic ability, but he does make some magic with his arm sometimes. But he's got to learn who he really is athletic.
Yeah. Especially dialing back with you getting hit like that. I got to push you back, though, just a little bit, Quincy. Just a little bit. All right. I know you big. You're a quarterback. You look slim. You still look like you can dunk me. But, hey, you said from over – I just want to make sure I heard that. From over Tua. Did I hear that?
I didn't say from over Tua.
You just said from over Herbert.
No. I will pick Fromm over Herbert any day of the week.
Is that the Georgia in you? I think that's the Georgia in you because I do that with U of H.
I
do the same thing. I be seeing those guys bigger than what they are.
I just seen Fromm in big situations as a freshman, almost win us a national championship too. All right, played for 3 SEC titles.
Yeah.
All right, beat out he beat out Fields,
Yeah.
and then had to deal with Fields coming in and out the game. Oh my God, I'll never forget this this series in the SEC championship his sophomore year. We were down in that game. It was about 7 minutes to play, and here comes Fields on the field with like maybe 10 minutes to play, 7 minutes to play, 10 minutes to play. Here comes Fields starting the series and then put him in third down. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I hate
bring
that.
your team to a national championship. Then his third year, not really having the receivers, didn't have a tight end. Hartman went pro. The Ridley brother up in Chicago with my Bears went pro. Lost him. Lost Cager during the season. Pickens, we didn't know what he was doing.
You know too much history on Georgia. I think
let him finish. Go ahead.
Man, So here's my point. So when you get to Herbert, I never seen those big shining plays. They don't even have a Big Ten champ. Y'all don't even have a championship game out there, do you? For the Big Ten, do you? I mean, for the Pac-10, do you?
Nah, you made
they have a Pac-10. We got
kill that case. I'm not
we got a
lie
Pac.
to you.
We got a
Pac-10. You killed it.
We got a Pac-10 championship 3 years ago.
I just like Fran's makeup. I know 70% of the quarterback position. You know, your mental makeup has to be. You have to have some tough tough. You have to be tough mentally. So I do know that, just like my man Dak Prescott is, man. So I like what he's been through, man. And I think he's battle tested and ready, man.
Yeah.
I really do.
You killed that, Quincy. God, dog.
That's my dude, man.
What? Man.
I love some Fran, man. That's my dude, man.
I love those X's and O's.
I like Fran, bro. Fran ready, man.
When it's all said and done, where you think he lands, round wise?
I don't know, man. I don't know what Miami and the Chargers are up to. But round wise, if they don't get Tua or the Herbert kid, man, I think he should land. He might land in the second with the Chargers or somebody, vice versa. If Miami pick one of them first. But overall, I don't think he'll go past the third. Though. I don't think he'll go past the third.
I want to ask you a question. Out of all the quarterbacks, no matter what round they could go in, if you had to pick one of these quarterbacks that you'd have to say is gonna have to start, not even that you would start week one out of these rookies, which one of these quarterbacks that you said you think is ready to go week one, that could be ready to go week one?
Jeff Burrow.
Yeah,
he's battle tested. He didn't miss a throw last year, man.
So you think so? When it's all said and done, Burrows, in your opinion, is the best quarterback in this draft?
Oh, without a doubt, it's not even close.
Because the reason why I asked that is because the reason why I asked is because there's a lot of people that try to they try to discredit people who have weapons. You know what I'm saying? Because let's just be real. Half of his offense is in the draft. Like I would say, all his wide receivers in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Running back in the draft. And it's like you see that same talk you see that same comparison with a guy like Dak Prescott, where they'll say, well, if you take Ezekiel Elliott away from him, if you take this guy away from him, if you take that guy away from him, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hear a lot of people do that same thing with Burrows. Well, I mean, how good would Burrows be if he didn't have a number one round pick? He probably got like a first round and a second round pick wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? His tight end going to be probably in the third, fourth round. Then his running back going to be in the third round somewhere. They had an explosive, once-in-a-lifetime offense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are your kind of your thoughts on that? Like people who kind of use that narrative against Dak Prescott as far as like his individual achievements. And then also something that just popped in my head. Do running backs actually carry? I mean, because there's this concept. I always thought that quarterbacks, because Dak, I see this right now. I even seen it in the comments. I ain't gonna say your name, but they say stuff like, well, Ezekiel Elliott did carry. He did carry Dak Prescott.
Hold on, my phone is going dead. Hold on one second.
Go ahead.
My phone is going dead.
I mean, boss, why he gets that? What are your thoughts on that?
On the phone, plugging it up to some power.
What is your thoughts on that, boss?
Yeah, that's oh man, like
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
It was all part of Carol Baskin's plan.
Stuff is a theory that was only created when Dak Prescott started playing the quarterback position. Because everybody and their mama knew before Dak Prescott started playing good football that quarterbacks are your most important assets to every team that's ever been in this whole United States of America, of the great continent of the whatever.
Since the game has been played.
It's known. So stop creating these narratives just because you don't like Dak. Zeke does not carry the team. It doesn't work like that. I'm always say this: they carry each other. Like both of their games are gonna suffer if either one is not playing. That's how it works. It happened with Aikman. Aikman never won a game when Irvin or Emmett did not play. So we got to get over it. We got to just stop this. We're going into year 5 and we still talking about year 1 lies and crazy narratives. We got to stop this. I mean, you know, we got people on here telling you the truth. James Slater and Quincy Carter literally hung up jerseys behind them to lobby.
I want me some glory.
You already know.
So
Hey, man.
for the quarterback and tell the truth.
Hey, you know what you say when you come back?
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.
Hey, go take a little bathroom. Hey, take a little bathroom break real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, take a little bathroom. Hey, take a little bathroom break. Let me flush the toilet real quick.
Man,
there you go. I had to flush the toilet real quick.
Like Quincy went too hard for me to even hear this. What I just heard, brother. What I just heard was just blasphemous.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I got you. Just turn your phone to the side and you good.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that, man.
Nah, you good.
Quincy.
Okay, man. But no, what were we saying? No, what's blasphemy? Tell me. I'm sorry.
Oh man, now Quiz, I might have been preaching to you. Did I hit an amen? I was just saying how they say stuff like, and West Coast brought a question to you about people saying stuff like Zeke carries Dak, and he wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you look at it, you know, one feeds off the other, man. And I was just having this conversation actually yesterday with Jeff Blake. Me and Jeff has become real close friends. He used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals, man. And I was telling him, you know, he played for McCarthy. When he was with the Saints, man.
We talked to Blake at SportsCon. We talked to Blake at SportsCon. Yeah, he cool, dude.
Good people, man. Good people.
Oh, he good people.
Yeah, buddy. But you know, they say one carries the other carries the other. Honestly, both of them held their own this year. You know, Zeke ran for his 1,200. Dak threw for his 4,900.
Right.
But I would like to see him bring Dak's number down, honestly, and you know them run the ball more and run Zeke in the ground for 1,700. Then we're running play action, and all we're doing is seeing one-on-one coverage. Because I'll be honest with you, when Zeke runs for 20 yards, and then we jump in the shotgun, like what are we doing? Because we're not this read option, team. Is going to run that consistently. What we run that 3-5 times every in 5 games we might run it 3 to 5 times. So that threat is not there. So when they jump back in the shotgun, man, you know what they're doing. So no, man, I don't believe one carries the other. I believe they really both working cohesiveness. They did that for a good part of the year this past year. But man, I would like to see him run the ball a little bit more, man, and kind of use Dak play action. Let him get out on some boots and waggles. Hopefully he brings that, because I know he did it with Aaron Rodgers and he did it with Brett Favre a little bit. So hope McCarthy brings that package with him, man.
I want to ask you about Dez. That just like my boy West Coast always say, that popped in my head. Like, what's your thoughts on actually Dez
and the possibility of him coming back to the Dallas Cowboys?
I love Dez. I love Dez as a competitor, as a Texas boy who loved the Cowboys. But I'll be honest with you, that marriage just didn't work the first time. And I'm not sure, if it'll work this time. Yeah, and I'm just.
So, Quincy, let me ask you a question. Was you a player back in the day? Was you a player?
Like
player? Because it just ain't gonna work. Once it don't work with Quincy. You know what I mean? Quincy will fire you.
Yeah,
hold on real quick.
Hey,
Because I
go ahead,
want to
go ahead, go ahead, and go ahead and answer your.
a little bit. I want, and then if I'm tripping, you let me know. So
Yeah.
this is what I'm thinking. Because this is what I was thinking. It took to me Romo some time to work with Dez too, right? Because it's not like, and tell me am I tripping? Because you play quarterback, you go kill me on actually the details of quarterback. But when I'm looking at it from my perspective, and I played cornerback in the day, with a guy like Dez, it takes a lot of practice to high point and throw like perfect high points to him. And it took about 3 years. So I'm just pushing back a little bit to ask you this question. No, the marriage wasn't ideal year one with Dak and Dez. But with some work this offseason, right? With some going to counseling, with some lobbing balls to each other, and some high points in that red zone, you can't see maybe some courtship, maybe.
Hey, come on, give me a little glory hole. Come on.
I want me some glory.
Just give me a little bit. Come on. Just a little bit. Just give me a little. Just give me a little glory hole. Come on.
Because you want this thing to happen, though. You can't see no.
Well, I'm looking
courtship.
at it from I'm looking at it from just we lack points.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the guys that we have are not high point experts like Dez was. Like, no, Dez doesn't create the separation that these guys that we have now. But where he's great, he's really great. But where he's okay, he's average. So I wanted to get your quarterback perspective on me thinking outside the box and saying, bring back Dez as somebody that's more so your red zone specialist and not the guy that we depending on as a number one. And West Coast also raised the point.
And
so
then after you answer that, we got callers that are gonna come that we're gonna call in and take a couple calls. So just go ahead and answer your question, Quincy.
So also Dez in a slot to where he can bully nickels. I want to get your 2 thoughts. The red zone Dez and the bully Dez in the slot.
Okay. You got any other places you want Dez at? Because you want this thing to work.
Oh,
so
man,
do you have any other places you want this man at?
Like no groupie over here.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Give me yourself.
No, but look. Okay, I was thinking about this. We've already tried to, and we have to try to develop Gallup outside.
Right.
I think we'll get a second or third round guy to come in, because I'm gonna tell you that Wilson kid, he missed a big catch in that Philly game, boy. That was a big miss on his part. So I'm not sure if he's ready for prime time yet. Okay, then you got to take account. We got our tight end kind of situation, kind of trying to marry itself back in the offense, because now we got Witten gone now, and so we'll have that middle of the field guy. I can't think of his name right now. So we'll have him going down the middle of the field now. Dez has never really been an inside guy. He's never really been a great route running guy. Now, if we bring him in just for those red zone catches, see, now I'm starting to think about his Achilles now. Are we jumping the same height for those deep, for those balls, for those 50-50
he could have lost that with that Achilles. You're right.
Yeah, so I just, man, let me tell you, man, you know that girlfriend you had, bro?
You might want to let her go.
You know, everything was right, but you just couldn't get right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the one. I know
you know that one. You can call her. You can think of her right now, bro.
I'm not.
Absolutely.
I'm not. Yeah, we gonna take some calls because
so real
out of here right now. Matter of fact, I'm putting on my glasses for some.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Say, man, but hey, man, I got one of my sponsors on the line. Bishop, can you hear me?
I can hear you, man.
Hey, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you for coming on. Shoot, man, I call him my Bishop. He's a man, but go ahead and introduce yourself. We got Quincy Carter on the line. I know you had a quick question for him. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, first of all, thank you for setting my call. Hey, West Coast and Boss Cowboy, I appreciate all of you guys' hard work, first of all, and you guys are doing a great job, and keep doing what you're doing. God is going to take you guys to other places. Q, hey, man, it's great to hear your voice again, man. It's been a long time.
Thank you, buddy.
I appreciate the truth that you have spoken tonight. It's come from a totally different perspective. I just applaud you because I've always been one that say you can be a Cowboy fan and be kind of realistic. You kind of hurt a lot of people tonight with some of the stuff that you said, even though we're all in the same family. I didn't want to. Yeah. You heard a lot of people tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
It was all part of Carol Baskin's plan.
But you,
Nah, he
but
kept
you,
it 100.
listen, man. You listen. I just have one quick question for you, and that is overall, and I really, you know, it's up to you to answer or not. But was your relationship with the Jones family kind of similar on this kind of situation that we're going through with Beck now, even though you were the starter? Is there a lot of similarities that you think you're seeing now that it reminds you of what you had to go through?
That was a good question.
Great question. Lord have mercy.
Appreciate you, Bishop. We'll get you out of here.
Ooh, that's your real bishop too, because he sound like it.
Oh yeah, he is. He is.
Oh,
yeah.
that's your bishop?
No, I mean he is a supporter. My bishop is Pastor Chuck, but I mean he is that is his job by trade. So I mean
I started to sit up straight a little bit.
No, but
man.
that's what
communion.
No, that's that's what he is. He's a coach. That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? So out of respect, you know what I'm saying, even though he a bishop, he ain't just mine, he everybody. You know what I'm saying? So
he sounded
like he had a tie on when he was talking.
Because he basically prayed over the radio about how I hurt some folks' feelings. Like, oh Lord, can you just touch this situation?
Just touch him, Lord. Touch him.
But yeah, man. That's a good question, man. And to answer your question, to be honest with you, man, wow, how can I say this?
Just say it.
The Jones family was good to me. They were straight up. They were honest. The only thing that's tough about the whole situation is that you're young. Somebody's putting their hands around you. They're loving you. And then, for my case, then you're going out and signing people to take my job. And then you're not really understanding that.
So how do you keep it not personal? How do you keep it not personal though?
And that's the thing. And see, so now and for that case is that you're loving me. That you brought me in as one of your own. You know about my mom's situation. I let you in, and then you go air out my business. So, but then at the same time, Bishop, we signed up for this. You know what I mean? So now and that's why it looks from the outside looking in, because I don't know him personally. I only talked to him once. He's got a good sound. People around him, looks like his brother's got a good hold on this whole situation.
Good.
So I know that's helping him a whole lot. So man, yeah, it's just tough to understand and to really grasp of somebody, a millionaire loving you, a billionaire in that case, but then he's doing other things to, you know what I mean, to kind of not love you. And so it's you know what I mean, it's kind of misleading, but hey, that's the business we signed up for, and you got to deal with it the best way you can, man.
The only thing that sucks is
Yeah,
the only thing that sucks is like you're still getting very young, impressionable men. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Jerry, he kind of has like, he's one of those bosses that kind of like gives you one of those like, I'm gonna be like your father figure, or kind of be like you be like a fatherly guy to you. You know what I'm saying? And then, then when the money come up, you be like, that's not how a father would respond to a child if they was in negotiations. Like, they wouldn't be so hostile. Like, it literally feels like sometimes with Jerry Jones, they're so close, but then during the negotiations, they're so far away. Like, every time you hear the Dallas Cowboys with a negotiation, no matter who it is, there's always this word impasse, basically meaning that we're at a standstill. We're, they're refusing, we're refusing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you guys were just so close just 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think you were right by saying it's definitely the business that that was chose. I mean, it's the business side of it. But I appreciate you for coming on tonight and definitely showing us the human side of the human side of this game we call football. Man, after this after this draft. And also, after Dak take this contract, man, I definitely want to have you back on here and I want to kind of rehash, kind of like a starting point from here, from everything going forward, because I think this draft tomorrow, not tomorrow, but I think Friday, because if they draft a quarterback on Friday, then for sure they then we don't know something. But hey man, before I actually can I get one more favor, man? I got another sponsor coming in, man. It's my boy Buddha, and Buddha. I call him Buddha Badass because he always calling in and asking some questions. Let me see what the hell Buddha talking about. Buddha, man. Buddha, it's West Coast. How you doing, man?
What's good?
Hey, I'm good, man. Hey, we got Q on the line, man. You talk to me almost every day, so I know who you want to talk. Go ahead and ask your question, man. We get you up out of here. Go ahead.
Not so much a question, but I just wanted to let him know that he was the quarterback that was when I first started watching the Cowboys, and he's the reason why
that's what's up, man.
Started watching liking the Cowboys. So I just wanted to give him credit right there. You was the man, dog.
I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate that love, man.
I mean, not even. I ain't gonna lie to you, Q. Like, not even to like bring up like the racial thing in it, but it's like to just being a Cowboy fan. And then having the face, at that time, even when I was growing up, because I'm around the same age as Buddha too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like that was very, very empowering. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. Especially when you're saying this is America's team. You know what I'm saying? This is America's team, and who you're choosing to put as the face of America's team. That was very, very powerful. So
billion words too.
Huh?
You just said a billion words.
Billion.
No, I just hope you understand what you're actually saying. Because I'm just now really getting the concept of it probably 5 years ago. Of putting those two together. And that's how real it is. Being America's team, but then you're a black quarterback. You just said 1,000 words. And we don't even have to say anything else.
Yeah. No, that was big, Quincy.
Do we have to say anything?
You ain't got to say nothing else. It was.
So can I ask a question then? Can I ask? Can I ask a question? Can I go down a bunny rail before we get out? Because we about to get off anyway. So I'm asking. Can I? Man, there's some fans. It's some fans out there that are there. There's some undue hate that's coming toward Dak's way. I want to know, man. How much of that you think is. Is there a bit of that, or is it any of it legitimate, or do you think there's some tension out there that Dak gets because of the color of his skin, man? I'm just keep it real with you.
You would think in 2020 it would be better, but I know this: America's team and a black quarterback being the possibility of being the future, and we can leave it at that. But now I will say this, the narrative that's being drawn along with it is not helping that either. So
fact.
I don't know if that is racial, but all I know is putting America's team and a black quarterback pilot at the helm is enough said, straight up. So, but I don't know, but I do know that narrative is not working towards Dak's way. I do know that.
Did you ever experience any situations or stuff like that?
Oh my God, yes, West Coast. And I don't want to.
Oh man, it was that bad?
Can you give us what?
Listen, we didn't got Bishop to pray and throw his holy oil on this thing network tonight, man.
So you must finna tell the truth.
Yeah, don't let me. No, I don't want to go down that road.
All right, we go come back. We go come back.
We'll come back anyway, because it's. Hey, I tell you this though. First of all, you lived a great dream. And I want to say I appreciate you so much for standing in the gap, fighting those wars, leading us during tough times, chaos. You surely didn't have the personnel department that we do now. And we really appreciate you. And I know the lady that you have on your chest, Southern Belle Production, we met her at SportsCon. Keisha, so, she's a grinder, hustler.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, so I just want to, tell her I said hello, Boss Cowboy.
Will do.
West Coast and I, because we hit it off really well. But yeah, I just want to say that before West Coast say something final to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You already got it.
If you ain't first, you're last.
If you ain't first, you're last, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Hey, but man, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, like one thing I love about being independent is you can ask the questions. You know what I'm saying? And then this is you can ask those questions. It's like why leave it to
knock on your door.
Yeah, or like why leave it like cause,
me.
And I hate it, but I mean it's like some of y'all we've had some some pretty good conversations on here about those types of things that have happened around not even this team but just in the NFL in general. So it's like I apologize that some people got smacked in the face to realize that still exists, but I'm sorry, it still exists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still exists. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh,
I mean, we're
Don't
gonna try to
get me
fix
started.
it. I mean, the goal each day is to get further from it, but let's not psych ourselves out by not thinking that it doesn't exist.
And let's not fake like it don't.
Let's just fix it instead. You feel me?
Crazy.
You feel me, boss? Instead of pretending the problem isn't there, why don't we just put that energy into fixing it?
If your car has a flat, you got to talk about the flat to get it fixed.
Exactly. So
just
fix it.
You don't. So to say it's a card game because people have a discussion that's been a problem, come on. So we all mature enough to have a discussion that's where we need to improve, and we have improved, and I'm happy for that. And there are areas that we need to be better, and it's cool, and it's okay to say that. And nobody's died over that. Like man, Corona doing more damage than that conversation.
Exactly. And we're making strides, man. We're making strides.
I'm cool, but we can also talk about it. So, like, I'm not gonna tap dance around it.
That's being progressive.
I'm not gonna shove it down people's throat. But it's all good though. Like it's positive. You was a positive move in the right direction for America, and so is that. And we go all come together like sports does. Sports bring us together.
Yeah. And think about this.
That's what it should do.
And I'm gonna tell you guys one thing you should love about your team that you call America's team is Jerry Jones has done it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If Jerry, that's one thing, and that's why I say no matter what people say. I mean, shoot, you look at his track history. His track history say that Jerry Jones do it, and he fought it. So I mean, I rock with him. So, but Q, man, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be in your inbox. We definitely gonna we're definitely going
to
to
talk draft with Q again one day, man. That was crazy. I didn't know Q you do it like that, Quincy.
Yeah, buddy. I've been a student of it, man. Always have been, man. Always have.
And look how dumb I'm talking. I'm talking to a quarterback. Telling me I didn't know.
Tomorrow, during the draft, I know everybody's gonna be stuck in the house, so I will be sending you the link if you want to beep in tomorrow at any time during the draft. Shoot, man, you gotta go for you. Shoot, all you gotta do is hit that link and sloop in, and then whatever it is you want to talk about, whether that be current person that's gotten draft. Blase quarterback. When a quarterback get drafted, no matter who it is, I would love to have your conversation. So after Burrow get picked, if he does get picked, I can't wait to do that. I would definitely love for you to click in tomorrow if you want to hang out with us tomorrow during the draft because we're gonna be here all day.
Honestly, I like to chill and watch the draft, man. To be honest with you. But now I will say this though: if my boy Dak Prescott get traded now. Because I still got a bad feeling about that.
Ooh.
And if he get traded, boy, let me tell you, not only am I hopping on, but boy, it's getting ready to be ooey. Man. Yeah, buddy. But that's probably the only way I'll hop on, man. Or my boy Jake Fromm sneak in that first round, man.
Come on
it's only
in.
gonna be the first 32.
Well, I'm hoping something. I'm hoping something piss you off tomorrow that's non-Cowboy related, and you click that hit and you hit that link.
I gotta talk
God
about
dang
that.
it, West Coast. What you? All right, OG. All right, Q.
All right, man, y'all stay up, man. Thanks for the love, fellas.
All right, you be blessed.
No doubt.
Hey man, that was an absolutely treat, man. That was absolutely dope, man.
I didn't know it was gonna heat up like that when he started talking about those quarterbacks. Hey, Boss Cowboy lost a debate. I'm embarrassed.
Nah, man. I mean, you ain't really lose one. You just conceded.
He got some punches in.
If you don't fix on cars, for a living, why are you out here arguing with a mechanic? Right. What are you doing? Let that man do his job and sit your butt down somewhere. They got a lobby room for a reason. Go sit in it.
Yeah, but you know what? It's one thing Boss Cowboy and West Coast gonna do. We're gonna think independently, and we will challenge. It don't matter who you are.
Hey,
right?
Boss Cost.
But he just made a good case.
And I'll tell you this.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
You know it, man. I sure do.
Hey,
and if you ain't first,
you're last.
And if you ain't first, you're last.
So, man, so what a way to get ready for this draft, man. Like, for real talk. So one thing I'm going to tell y'all, the Boss Cowboy Guide, this is your last chance to buy it before the draft. And I got one more surprise that I'm doing. I'm adding a chapter that's going to be the Boss Cowboy Prospect 60. And it's going to be 60 plus quality prospect.
I want me some glory hole.
Yep, me. No, I don't. But I won't go say yeah. No, actually, I want none of that. But I'm gonna say this. This is the time to get it. The last cram session, and it's gonna be ranked. I'm gonna have them ranked all in this chapter, all the quality prospects, and this is why you want to do it. So as we're going through the draft this weekend, you have a reference of guys you can look at that can possibly be prospects. So it'll be updated first thing in the morning. So once we start drafting that evening, have it ready.
Hey, you know what I got to say?
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.
It was getting funky up here.
Bro. God. Man, why y'all get West Coast buttons, man?
Hey, man, I'm on over here, man. I'm owning them up. I don't even know what this one do. Hold up. Oh, crickets. I like that one. That one's going to come in handy. Hey, man, I'm about to be up out of here. Before I get up out of here, can we let y'all know who really did it?
It was all part of Carol Baskin's plan.
Hey, I'm on right now. You can't say nothing to me right now. I don't give a damn. Don't say you can't say nothing to me right now. You can't say nothing.
Talk about the butts, man. Say just push another one.
We must win. We will win. Win is the name of the game.
God dang it, you know we must win.
Win is the name.
We must win. Win is the name of the game. Hey, man. Yes, you died and see you in my notifications.
He done got 2 call-ins. He done had Quincy, Jane, and Buttons all in 1 week. Y'all can't tell this boy nothing.
Hey, man, I want to tell y'all this, man. Salute to the goddamn supporters, man. Salute to the goddamn supporters.
Only because of y'all.
Because it's only because of y'all, man.
Chats. It's only because of the Cash App donations. It's
Appreciate you guys.
Because the stars, the different ways that y'all invest into us is what we're putting back into the show. That's what you're looking at. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we appreciate it greatly. All the sponsors, all the people that just go into the Cash App and help out randomly. You know, we've been blessed on some people that spontaneously have
appreciate
done
you.
That was like, wow, we appreciate it.
And this one right here,
it goes right back.
And this one right here is for the supporters.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
Get the buttons up.
You already know what it is, man. Hey, we about to get up out of here. It's getting hot up in this garage. Hey, man, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow, we're going to be live in the morning at some point talking about Cowboy Noise, and then we will be live. My boy says, again, how do you become a supporter? You become a supporter by hitting the supporter link right there on the page. If you're watching on Facebook, just log out, come out the video. It's going to say at the top, it's going to say, it's going to say click on the link to become a supporter, and then you'll go right in there. And I appreciate you, and for you asking that question, you're going to definitely get some glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
God, man,
yeah.
Get this boy buttons.
Oh, yeah, because you know after some glory hole, you know what you got to do.
God, man.
You already know. Hey, if you're not
first, you're last.
And if you ain't first, you're last, bro. Hey, man, I just want to let y'all know, man, I appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys,
draft
man.
Time.
It's draft time today, man. Hey, but you already know. Never look down because the star is up.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.
Hey, we gonna leave on that note. Hey, I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Goddamn draft day tomorrow. Ain't y'all happy? Hey,
I want
some glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
I just wanted a little before I left. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today.